playoff time already.
Let's bring it. Best show ever.
Best show ever.
You know what this is?
Talk to me. What is it? What is it?
Is not going to the playoffs. That's what this is.
Jeez.
Because guess what? The Lions had no chance to win that football game. No chance to win that football game.
Oh, my goodness.
They had no chance, Doug.
No chance. No chance
You know
at all, dude.
When I heard Dan Campbell say, either we're in or they're not, that was their game plan. It was fantastic. But I got to say this too, though.
Yeah.
This was my preseason pick to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, was it really? Did you? You did
In
pick
our
them,
show,
didn't you?
I picked the Packers to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, who else did you pick? You picked the Packers and who else?
So I got in the NFC.
Yeah.
I only got 3 teams right to make the playoffs. Tampa Bay, Philly, and Dallas.
Okay.
All right. Do you know how many you got right?
No, I didn't check.
You got Tampa Bay, Dallas, and Minnesota.
Oh, did I really? Okay.
Because you had Green Bay making the playoffs, Arizona, New Orleans. Oh, I'm sorry, you had the Rams too, so you had 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had 3.
Yeah.
Because you had the Rams going
back to the Super Bowl. I had them go back.
Yeah. And they didn't make the playoffs. I had Green Bay winning the Super Bowl.
That's right.
And they didn't make the playoffs. So that's like, as the season goes on, that's when now.
We both have on the AFC side.
Buffalo.
I picked the Chargers to go all the way.
And I picked Buffalo.
So
you know what? I had Buffalo beating Green Bay.
You did.
I did have Buffalo beating Green Bay.
And then I had the Chargers beating the Rams.
And you had the Chargers beating the Rams.
That's right.
So we're still alive. Our Super Bowl picks are still alive. But I will change mine. All I know is Green Bay is not in the playoffs.
And I like it.
All right. But with that being said, that's preseason. We don't know anything at that time.
That's right.
But now,
dude,
wild card weekend.
You got it.
Now we know everything.
The
algorithm is so tweaked, guys. All you got to do is ride my picks this week, and it can take care of your whole season.
Okay. You got Carl, who knows everything.
Have we not even done that yet?
No, we haven't done that yet.
I'm so excited. I can't even.
It's wild card weekend, man.
It's a wild card, wild show. Wild card, wild show.
I tell you what, there's a couple reasons to smile. Okay, we mentioned it right now. It's time for the playoffs, man. It's time for the playoffs.
It is. This is a totally different. It's totally different. Everything resets.
Another reason to smile.
That was a rough set of games.
It was a rough set. It was a rough set of games.
Difficult to watch.
Damar Hamlin. He's out of the hospital. This is Wednesday evening, and he's out of the hospital. That is so good to know. Here's the other reason to smile. Okay, and this is going to give you a little background here. Carl and Pheng and I, we all live in Toledo, Ohio. Now, Toledo, Ohio is right on the border between Ohio and Michigan. Mm-hmm. And so we are in the armpit between the Lions and the Browns, okay? And now, traditionally, in the NFL season, we have nothing to look forward to here because the Browns are doing their, dumb Brown stuff and the Lions are just that. But what Dan Campbell and Jared Goff and that team did, I have never seen so many smiles.
Yeah.
I mean, just because... They did something we haven't seen in this area of the country.
What?
I mean,
what did they do?
What did they do?
Listen,
what did they do?
You just pumped this up into some, I didn't see this coming, and my question is, what did they do? I feel it's really sad that a 9-8 record and positive vibes have us that excited. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
That's really sad.
But in relation to what they normally do, dude, I mean,
I was excited about everything, and then when the context you just put it in, totally deflated. Completely deflated.
Oh my gosh!
I'm serious because the Browns won a playoff game last year, and everything was going in everything you just said about Detroit. We could have said about Cleveland last year.
Yeah.
And we could have said about Cleveland at the beginning of this season. Everything you just said about Detroit.
I know.
So now I feel like we're going down the same path.
Oh, no, we're not.
What's different?
No. I am hyped on the Lions. I'm absolutely hyped on the Lions.
Yeah, that just totally bummed me out. I'm sorry.
Get out of here. My gosh. Dude.
Yeah, because we didn't do anything special.
Gosh.
We just... we were just good.
They did do something special.
They didn't.
They did.
They were 3-27 at Green Bay. Holy cow!
They had the worst. Okay, they had one of the worst records. They played just about every team in the playoffs.
Sometimes we're gonna have to have some pre-show discussions because I'm totally off the rails right now. Like I am not that enthusiastic about the line. I am. I was happy. Was I happy? I was happy we beat Green Bay. I knew we would beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
I'm happy with Dan Campbell. I'm excited about the path.
Yeah.
But it was like we won the Super Bowl the way you just talked about it.
It was. For the Lions, it is a Super Bowl win.
Sad.
That was a playoff win.
That is really sad that we're that excited.
That was a playoff win, is what that was.
Oh, it wasn't, though.
I know it was an official playoff win, but that's the closest that the Lions have been in 30 years.
Guys, is that sad that's the best thing the Lions had going for them? I mean, I'm not trying to be a homer, man.
No, you're being a downer, is what you're.
Since 1991, this is my hyped moment. Is that we almost made the playoffs?
That's right, almost made the playoffs. All right, they're going next year. Lions are. In fact, I'm going on the record. In the next 5 years, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
In the next 5 years, that's such a big window.
And I'm just saying, yeah, I know.
All right, so what happens if we lose Johnson and we lose Glenn? What happens when all these fans, the chemistry that we have this year?
You got Jared Goff, and he got Aiden Hutchinson.
The guy who is just up until the middle of this season was just supposed to be a filler. Now we've got him to lead us.
They found it. I mean,
you go back and watch the show. I don't know how many times I've said, Jared Goff was a Super Bowl quarterback. I've said that many times.
That's right.
And now, what happens when we lose these guys?
It proves itself.
Man, Pheng, I'm sorry. I know you're out there watching. Pheng. And I have this SOL just filling up my veins. And I was not expecting
Let's move on. I told you I wanted to bring up something that I wasn't going to tell you about. So that was
I'm so bummed. I want to be tear up like I was 13 years old when the Lions last won a playoff game. And my most excited moment is that we almost made
the playoffs.
Oh, all right. Okay, let's go.
All right,
This was an exciting moment, right?
No, it wasn't.
Huh?
This is the championship game was when Ohio State and Georgia played. That wasn't a championship game. No. That wasn't anything.
No, listen, Ohio State could have won this game, and TCU could have been. TCU was intimidated by Georgia. I don't think they would have been intimidated by Ohio State.
No. It was. Did you hear?
Ohio State didn't beat Michigan.
No, Ohio State had all kinds of injuries and all that. I mean, they had everything stacked up against them. I mean, it was just.
I know they were playing at home, and they had
everything stacked up against them. It was horrible. Everything.
We were
all over the place.
Oh God, Doug, I love you. We are so on the wrong side of the tracks. They got thumped by Michigan.
So, did you hear Kirby Smart? Breaking through the wall, the brick wall speech. That was awesome, man. That was absolutely awesome. If you got, you know what I'll do in the show notes? I'll paste, I'll find a link to it. I'll put it in there. If you haven't heard it, you got to hear it. I mean, I hope you don't mind some blue language in there too.
They didn't belong on the same field.
No, it wasn't. I mean,
I think
congratulations, Georgia.
I think Georgia took Ohio State lightly. Like, we're not scared of these guys, and because Ohio State wasn't that good and didn't deserve to be there. It should have been Alabama. But I think they took them too lightly, and that's why it was a game. And then, after taking them lightly and almost losing, every time that happens, I've said this too, even in the NCAA tournament, right? Yeah. You lose a close game, and it just sparks you like we're not going to have another
That's right, you're not going to have that again. Right?
And
agreed.
TCU just had this, everything falls in our lap, all these breaks, they had how many gifts did McCarthy give them in that game?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, it was a thumping. They didn't belong on the same field, and the 12-team playoff should bring us more of those games, so I'm excited.
Okay, here's something to get excited about. Jeez, you're such a downer.
I don't know what's wrong. I was great. I was in a great mood. Everything was good.
Absolute downer. I'm pumping your team up.
You've got it.
And you're just downer. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
We should just stop it right now and just re-record.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
I'm not that excited about the Lions. I am that excited. I am that excited about the Lions. But No, I take that back. I am excited about the Lions. I cannot wait for next season. I hope a lot of the pieces come into play, but I am not bursting at the seams with joy.
All right. Okay, you've set the bar high. You've set the bar of expectation high.
We got to do a little. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, here's what is high. A bar of expectation is what's right here. Dude, 150 and 121. 29 games above 500 in the regular season. That is absolutely
That's an entire season.
That's an entire season of football. That was
if you were tuning in the first time and you're like, what's going on here? Here's what we do. We pick the games every week against the spread. We track our numbers. We charge no one for this information. And for free, I gave you 29 games over 500. So you go ahead and add that up and tell me how you come out. And listen to this. You're 11 games over 500.
I got over it. I was so happy with that. I was so happy with that. Hey, Octavio, 8-8, man.
He hung in there. He picked up a game on me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Look at that. Saints. You.
They had nothing to play for. We thought they would show up for the home
first one that you agreed on, and then it just kind of shows. But okay.
Yeah, they just had nothing to play for.
I mean, now the ESPN app is done.
Yep.
Send us who you like in these playoff games. We only have 6 this week, 4 next week.
You got to comment now. Now you got to comment. We need to know. Okay. We'll mention you. We'll call you out, but we've got to see them.
Absolutely. So look at this. Look at the records last week. Lewis Bell, Scotland, man. Nice job, Lewis. I know.
Yeah, he's always up there.
Our great buddy Anthony. Nice job. Pheng, restore the run.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys did this, basically picking preseason games, but good job. Good job on your coin flips, guys. I mean, good job on your guesses.
I always love Carl wears a Fields jersey.
Yeah,
that's
the first time we've seen that in a while.
So everybody, great job in that. And then let's talk about the season. And to this point, regular season, dude.
Look, 2 on the site. It crowned you the winner. Fantastic season. I'll give it to you. I entered 3 picks incorrectly off of what I said on the show. So we do have recorded evidence of who I actually took. But
you and Tua. Tua,
congratulations. Great season, Tua. Great
Octavio is right behind you. Jaden Ross. There's Anthony again. Dan
Some
Campbell.
of these records. Yeah.
I mean,
hashtag Buck Nation.
Absolutely.
Look at you guys over 500. I mean, you're in the top 10. That's.
I mean,
we got a strong community.
Jail guards, all Broncos. I mean,
I am more excited.
Our buddy Gene, too.
I am more excited about the Fire and Brimm community than I am about the Lions doing okay.
I am too.
And the Lions doing okay. Because you know what? Just okay is
not. Where is that one? Here you go. Right here.
Just okay is not.
There you go, Carl.
And that's it. You got us bursting at the seams because we were okay.
You know what? That's a good point. You should have put that when I talk about the Lions. Just okay is not okay. All right. Here's what is way
we hit it
beyond
a few times
okay.
this year, right? A lot of times we were 2 out of 3. A lot of times we hit this thing, but Dolphins, Bengals, Lions, that was lock it up.
We've got 2 3-team parlays left this week, and we have 4 games next week. So we've got that. So you got that. So let's talk about
my options are now limited, though.
Okay, talk about a couple things. We'll talk more as we go into the season. We do have the top 10. In the,
Look at this
the
pick.
draft.
What a fantastic trade we made with Stafford.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They just
Holmes has been on top of everything.
I like what they're doing. My Raiders are up there at 7, and we'll talk more about that, in the next couple weeks. All right, got a question for you, real quick. Coach of the year. Who should be the head coach of the year? I mean, you got Dable. I think Mike Tomlin could be in there. What he did with the Steelers to bring it back. Of course, Peterson. You got Dan. You got Carroll. I mean, what do you want to say about him? I mean, they lost 2 quarterbacks during the year, right?
That's your coach of the year.
Even McDaniels.
Yeah.
You think so?
Coach of the year. Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it.
San Francisco.
Let us know who you think should be the coach of the year. I know a lot of people are saying Dable. I mean, you've got
but
Shanahan, what Shanahan did.
Campbell's not in the playoffs. Like what? What are we rewarding? I mean,
yeah. But Shanahan with 3 quarterbacks. I mean, they have had injuries and all that. So I mean,
I think it's Shanahan really. As far as coach of the year, expectations were there though, but they went in with the rookie quarterback or a second year. I mean, with the adversity that they faced, it's hard not
absolutely.
To go with them.
Okay, going into the playoffs. Is there a hot or dangerous team that you're looking at? Is there one that you go, wow, this is the one? But last year, the Bengals caught fire. They caught fire in the playoffs, and just you rolled on through.
Looking at this year's field, our top 5 has pretty much remained unchanged all season.
Yeah, that's why we're not even going to talk about it. I mean, it's pretty much,
though. All season it remained basically unchanged between Kansas City, Philadelphia, Buffalo. The Bengals. I mean, one time I put Minnesota up there.
Out of there.
Right. But here's the thing.
49ers when it comes to, stayed in there.
My friend told me, like, if you think about, like, tennis rankings, the difference between the top players and the next tier is not close.
Yeah.
And I almost feel that way about the NFL this year. The top
there was
is
a cream,
so good,
the cream,
and it's so good, and then the next level is not even close.
Yep, I'm going to go with you on that one.
And you look at this, and I'm like, outside of Buffalo, the Bengals, I'm not even sure how I feel about Philly, because with Hurts being out those few weeks, I mean, listen, San Francisco, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City, I just don't see anybody else being a dangerous threat.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's going to go on a run and make the Super Bowl? I don't see it.
No.
Dallas, I think, could, but...
Dallas is that one team, their bandwidth of expectations, they could go out against Tampa Bay because last week, look at the way they played last week against Washington. Just abysmal, right? Or they could go in and win the thing. What I mean is that their window is so large, it's ridiculous.
Who is say like the Giants with an Eli Manning, or the Pittsburgh Steelers when they were a 6th seed? Like, who
caught fire?
Is there a team that's on fire? Like, teams are in shambles. Like, the Dolphins are in shambles. The Ravens are in shambles.
Actually, you know the one...
Is Geno Smith?
You know who I think is? I think it's the Bengals again. Because...
Yeah, but they're a top 5. They are.
No, but
I agree. They're not. They're not
just getting better.
They're not. They're not someone who we don't see coming. Right.
We weren't expecting that. Yeah. And you're right. When you look at the board, I don't see anybody that I'm not.
Could the Chargers run to the Super Bowl? You picked them
Chargers
preseason.
Could be one. Chargers could be one. Could be one.
They've really only got to win. They would have to win 2 of those games. They would have to beat Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati.
I like this assessment here. I mean, let us know who you think. Yeah, I mean, is there a team that...
I don't think there's a... the Giants, they're not going to...
Because you're right, there isn't a team that's going to come out and like, oh, surprise us.
The Vikings would be one. If they did it, that would surprise me, right? So if the Vikings put it together...
Yep, because I'm a sell on the Vikings.
Yeah, I would be like, no way I saw that coming.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know. It's tough. I think that the top... I think Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati, who comes out of those 3.
Yep. And that's who we've been talking about all season long.
I know. I wouldn't. There's nobody that I would put my money on as a dark horse.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't see it.
Let's get to it, dude.
Let's
get to it. Come on. Wild card weekend. Okay.
We had that big celebration. We should have like confetti. Play Lions! Woo! Pop champagne bottles. Woo! We won a game.
We won a game in Green Bay and kicked Green Bay.
That doesn't happen a lot. 3-27 in our last 30 tries. It doesn't happen.
Green Bay out of it.
Sure did.
That was good.
And that was like...
All right, is there a brown bag team for you last week?
Oh, yeah. Listen to this. So, Tennessee, you were in a... I realize you were a 6.5 point dog, but you had the game. You had the game. You're in the playoffs. Right. Everything is a mess for you, and you lose it on a fumbled return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's brown bag. That's terrible. I think you need to throw on the bags and march out of the stadium because you marched out of the playoffs. You played horrible, and that's the way it goes.
Cheeseheads, man. Cheesehead.
Yeah. I mean, they did.
You're at home. Yeah. You win and you're in.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You got Aaron Rodgers.
Not intimidated by the Lions in the least.
You got the Lions.
Can't lose to that team.
That's right. They never win in Green Bay.
Yeah. Nothing to play for. Lions had nothing to play for.
You lost the game. It is Green Bay.
Solid.
Belongs in the brown bag. Okay.
Solid.
Dude, let's get it.
Let's go, man.
Wild card games. Okay.
I know.
They are playing for that Super Bowl trophy. Super Bowl 57 in Phoenix. Coming up in February, a month from now. Let's go. Okay, we're going to go to the AFC teams first, and then we'll head over to the NFC. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we want your picks too. Okay, Chargers take on the Jaguars. Chargers by 2.5.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Who do you like?
Jacksonville at home.
We got Pheng on. We got our buddy Pheng.
Yeah. Pheng, our producer is. He gave us his pregame notes. He called. He gave us the pregame notes. He did not. Nobody made me aware of the celebration we were doing for the Lions being okay.
He did it. Okay. Go.
God, gosh, the Chargers feel like one of the teams that could go on that run. They've looked better.
Yep.
I don't know how Jacksonville keeps winning. I don't believe in Jacksonville at all. I don't think you can end a sentence with "at all."
Well, we just did. We just did. All right.
Here's the thing, though.
I like Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know you do.
But when you look at the last couple games, they have played against Zach Wilson. They played against Josh Dobbs. Mm-hmm. They played against Jeff Driscoll, is who they played against. Davis Mills. So this streak to get in, it wasn't like they were going against stellar competition. I'm just throwing that out there. So who do you like?
That's a pretty good point. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
You're going to take Jacksonville?
Find enough to get this win at home. This reminds me of the New Orleans at Seattle game one year when New Orleans was supposed to go in there and wipe them off the map. They got in at like 7-9 or whatever. I think Jacksonville finds a way to get this win at home, and I'm going to take them.
Pinger's going to go with Jacksonville, and you know what? I am going to go to the Chargers, and I'm going to get this out of the way right now.
Let's do it.
I'm getting it out of the way right now. It is the Chargers. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl.
So your guaranteed lock Kool-Aid pick is a road win in the playoffs.
That's exactly
against a division winner.
Exactly what it is. Guaranteed lock right now. You don't like it? That's even better. That's even better.
I love
it. Better.
It said, how's it taste? Because we're going
it's
road.
Delicious.
Road. Guaranteed lock. We're winning on the road in prime time. Yep. Saturday night.
There you go. I'm going for it. I'm not picking that dog.
That Tennessee
I'm not picking that dog. All right. Okay.
I will tell you that Georgia game has made me vulnerable to picking dogs. It's shaked my confidence in the underdog. It has.
Okay. Dolphins with Skylar Thompson. Oh my gosh. Against the Bills. Bills by 13.5. This is moving like a stock that's rocketing up.
Yeah, because early in the week it opened at like 9 and 10. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Now it's 13.5 after they announced it's Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, so just so the lines that we used today, since we didn't have the ESPN site on Tuesday, we went straight to, these are straight from FanDuel.
Yep.
And these are the odds as of Wednesday evening. Safe time, right?
Yep.
These are the lines. So they're good. They could shift by 3 points come the weekend, but those are the lines that we're using.
Okay,
go ahead.
Bills win the game.
I'm saying
the Bills win the game. It's the 13.5.
Bold statement, right?
That's a bold statement. You know what? I'm just going to pick it right now. I'm going to go Bills. They're going to cover. They're going to make a statement.
Yeah, why?
Hanger is going to go Bills.
Are you sure he didn't want to go Miami with the points?
No. He said stick with Bills.
So why does Miami make the trip?
Good question. It's a game. You got to play the game.
Why? It's a guaranteed that you're going to get blown out by 2 touchdowns in the playoffs.
Okay, go.
This is the third time these teams have played each other.
Mr. Downer.
No. I'm not a downer. What I'm saying is Buffalo is not going to win the game by 2 touchdowns. Even with Skylar Thompson, they're not just going to not show up to try to win this football game. They're not TCU. They're not going to be intimidated by people barking in the stands.
This is where the Bills do not take their foot off the neck. I mean, if they're up
they cannot take their foot off the neck and win 24-14.
That's true. That's not going to happen. They're going to win by more than 20 points.
I'm going to go
more
with
than
the
20 points in this one. That's
more than 20
Bills
points.
Mafia is going to win this one. Okay.
I'm just saying that guarantee 20 points. We're going to blow them out. We're forgetting this is not college. This is not Georgia versus TCU.
And
these are professional athletes
in the playoffs. I completely agree with you. I understand what you're saying. Okay, Ravens. We don't know, is it Lamar Jackson who's still got that PCL? Huntley's hurt, and Anthony Brown is like their third string, quarterback. Take on Joe Burrow. They're getting better. I mean, they're getting hot. Joe Cool is just dangerous. Bengals by 8.5.
The Bengals have played 16 games this year, not 17. Do you know their record against the spread?
What is it?
12-4.
Is it really?
12-4.
Wow.
Against the spread.
12-4.
This is a third time that these teams are playing. A third time. They just played last week. Okay?
Yeah.
I love Joe Burrow. I love the Bengals. But Baltimore's not making the trip to not be in the game. At 8.5 over a touchdown, I'm not playing all these I'm not falling for all these favorites in the playoffs.
All right.
Baltimore's going to be in the game.
I am. I'm picking the favorite. I think that the Bengals, they're going to do the same thing as the Bills. They're going to roll. They're going to roll this one.
I'm not going to. So here's the thing. all season, nobody ever agreed with my picks. Please show me the week where, like, Carl is on it this week.
That's true.
Every week, Carl's nuts. Yeah. Carl's out of his mind. Yeah. This isn't happening. What's Carl drinking? This isn't going to happen. Every single week. Go through the comments, guys. Just go. Okay. Look every single week, and you find the week where somebody was like, hey, Carl knows what he's talking about. Carl's a goofball. And I was 30 games over 500. 29. So, when we come into next week, if I happen to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, 5-1, and you took all these dogs and went 1-5, we're gonna have that conversation.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's go. We can move here.
We're gonna play.
Seahawks take on the 49ers. 49ers by 9.5. Geno Smith, you get the best defensive football here. You get Brock
It's still
Purdy.
Seattle. It's still Pete Carroll. These guys know how to game plan. They're going to be in the game. This is Brock Purdy's first playoff game. I love San Francisco's defense. Of that,
he's
going to have to play perfect. They've got all the weapons.
Because of that,
I just can't take that.
I think the 49ers win, but they get it. Seahawks keep it within that 9.5. I'm going to go with you guys. I actually took a dog. Okay.
That's okay. You might go 6-0. I don't know.
Okay. Speaking about dogs, the Vikings take on the Giants.
Yeah, you do
Vikings
hate the
by 3. Okay. Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones. The Giants.
I feel like after their hot start, they kind of rumbled, bumbled, stumbled their way into the playoffs. I do feel like the Vikings could be that team that
could surprise you.
You are what your record says you are.
Yep.
They may put it all together. I think this could be a beatdown. I think this could be a complete beatdown.
I agree.
And knock them out early, and you just run, and your fans have fun, and it's a big party. I do see that happening in this game.
Vikings, Players go to the Vikings. I would go to the Vikings.
Yeah, I see the Vikings winning.
Vikings won in Week 16. Is the last time they played. These two played. It was 27-24. The Vikings beat them on a last-second field goal.
Yeah.
So that could happen.
Yeah, these are different teams. That's when Giants were on that hot run.
Exactly. Okay.
I don't see it happening.
Cowboys on Monday night playoff football. Cowboys atrocious, just horrible game against Washington last week. Take on the Buccaneers. They lost last week, but they sat most of the people in the second half. Cowboys by 2.5. Did you know that Tom Brady in his career is 7-0 against the Cowboys?
Really?
Yes, he is.
You think he ends that way?
And you know what?
Dallas is going. Let's go. You're right. Let's wrap it up. Dallas wins that game.
I have zero confidence in Dak, and I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. And you know what? Guess what? In this coaching carousel, McCarthy is going to have a big axe after they lose. Absolutely.
All right, you want a 3-team parlay? I'm going to bring it.
Let's bring a 3-team
parlay. Ready? Listen, Jacksonville's going to start us off on Saturday night by winning that football game.
You keep going against my Kool-Aid
I picked them before you tell me. If you want to tell me before,
my goodness.
Here's the problem. I'm right. That's the problem. We are going to go with Minnesota. I think is going to win big. I don't even think you're going to have to sweat it. And then we're going to close Monday night with the Cowboys winning that football game and taking care of Tampa Bay on the road.
Jacksonville, Vikings, Cowboys.
You got it.
Dude, I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's my 3-teamer.
It is
what a season.
Playoffs.
Let's go.
It's not over yet. We've got I think 16 games left.
Yep.
I mean, total, something like that.
Okay.
4, 6, I'd say 14 games left.
Yep.
13 games left, actually. So not many left.
No.
So let's enjoy this. So we will get this out on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Do our little TikTok. Like, subscribe. Tell us who you like this week. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us if
Tell us who has no chance to win, so I can play that team.
Tell us that Carl was a downer about the Lions.
Yeah, such a downer. Tell me how goofy my picks are this week. Please. Tell me how terrible I am.
Carl's a goofball. Yeah. I like that. He's a goofball. That's right. He's only 30 games above 500.
Let's do this thing. Let's go.
This is
great show. I love it. Best show ever.
You got it, man.
Absolutely. Because you know what?
It's a serious handicap show. That's right.
Pick some winners.
We'll see ya. Bye.